Oh crap, finally I got a recording going, so I'll be right back to close the door. Alright, this looks like a keep to me, because we have relay, resolve, and then... Alright, looks like my opponent is doing the same thing that I am. He just might be doing it faster. And if so, that's alright. They binned Past in Flames. Okay, that tells me that they're not ready for that. They're looking for lands or action. Well, okay, so my second turn, or third turn, just got so much better. Okay, resolve this. I want to put that in my graveyard. I don't need lands now, so yeah. Right. So first things first I want to talk about is this is definitely going to be a turn 3 attempt because I can Desperate Ritual out the Ruby Medallion, but yeah, like my opponent's probably going to put out a Rawl or something, or Rawl, whatever you want to call it, and do it that way. Because unless I draw another Ritual, I will only have 1 mana remaining, and that's Ren's Resolve mana. Okay, my opponent's already starting their mana generation. They don't have a Ruby effect from the looks of it. They're digging for it. And I don't think that's right. I would have started off with Manamorphose, honestly. That's just me. Unless I know for certain that I can Past in Flames here. Oh, okay. Valakut Awakening, kind of understandable. So yeah. You might argue that I should Elegant Parlor next, if I don't want to invest the Ruby Medallion this turn. And that'll all just depend on what I'm drawing. So I'm going to go Sunbaked Canyon, Ren's Resolve. I'm not quite ready for Impulse. That's kind of doo-doo. Yeah. Importantly, I can't draw these now, so that's fine. Now I do say importantly because, yeah, now I have a higher chance of hitting a Ritual, and let me see my sideboard really fast. There you go. So defense grids are not going to be good in this matchup. I want Prismatic Endings, Orm's Chance. That's really it. Prismatic Endings, Orm's Chance. Okay. Yeah, my opponent's going off with 3 cards in hand, and I think that is possibly enough. You flipped Ral now. Why? Okay, do you have another Ral then? Is that why you're doing this? This makes no sense, at least on the front side. Because you typically want to wait until you have enough Storm that you can flip Ral, and then you can instantly -8 him to flip the top 8 and then free cast stuff. Okay, so my opponent has... Jeez. Come on, thank you. It's Impulse Drawing. Okay. Yeah, but the whole point is, in short, you typically want to go -8 for that. Oof, that's a bad set of impulses. You can glimpse the... Oy! Okay, you got 1 Ritual off. Okay, that's not too bad. So now, Glimpse the Impossible is the last card that they can have that does anything here, and if they whiff completely, they do get 3 spawns, which is not nothing, but it's not great for them either. They could Past in Flames if they what? They'd have to go Glimpse the Impossible, Ritual. Both those Rituals can't be Manamorphose, so 3 cards entered the exile zone. Okay. Strike it rich, Manamorphose. So strike it rich cost... Yeah, that's not great, honestly. That's crazy to think about. So you can go red, strike it rich. Oh, how'd you draw? Oh, you drew a card off. Freaking, yeah, okay, duh. Yeah, personally, I just bank the treasure with strike it rich and then call it good there, take your spawn. Yeah, that's what I do. So they do have a Past in Flames that they can cast next turn by plussing Rawl, and then they have enough mana to jumpstart the chain, obviously by all these lands, so I do have to win this turn. As they're going to be drawing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, in short, a lot of cards. Okay, an untapped land helps. So I'm going to go here. Pay the life 1, 2. Ruby Medallion. Desperate Ritual. Going to go Impulse. I can Wish. That doesn't help me though. Impulse again. I don't think I can... Yeah, I can Impulse one more time, but that's it. Manamorphose. Well, it's on my opponent to somehow come up with a win con, though, which shouldn't be a problem. Yeah. Just got unlucky with my flips like my opponent did, and, yeah. Honestly, I might sideboard a land if I think an extra Glimpse the Impossible is important. Because I think I cut a Past in Flames from this deck, from the main board. I don't think that's wrong. There we go. Did you plus Ral? No, that's +1. Past in Flames. From your grave. Why? I mean, I get it, you're flashing it back, but you have a Past in Flames right there that costs you 1 less mana. Okay. It's beyond me at this point. Sure, buddy. Yep. We're going to see a lot of cards go into exile. Okay, yeah. Just fetching out a mountain. I'm trusting that my opponent is going to eventually be able to kill me, but... Manamorphose. I don't think they drew... No, they didn't draw Wooded Foothills from play. Or from exile. I wouldn't play Ral just yet, personally. You already have the Ral effect, or the Ruby effect, and you don't want to flip Ral yet, because Storm's only 7. Or, Storm's only 6. 7 with Ral. And my opponent, honestly, is... Yeah, okay, there we go. Or, sorry. So you need Storm of 6 to make Ral go off. Okay. I mean... Clearly my opponent should, or ought to play... Oh god. It's this. 1, 2, 3, 4... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, cool. So Wish can be played until, and this is on the other side. without paying their mana cost. So you can wish and wish. Yeah, okay, this is deterministically dead if my opponent, which they ought to be able to. I got rid of a Ruby, though. That's weird. Like, they had a Ruby, or I guess they have that until end of turn, yeah. Never mind. But even still, it's like, why get rid of a Ruby of all things? And then we have 3 more, so cool. Past in Flames again. Here we go. Yeah. They flipped a Glimpse of the Impossible and a Ren's Resolve, I believe. Ren's Resolve, Artist Talent. This, I don't know. I really don't know. Is that enough? Okay, there's the first Past in Flames from Exile. Unless that's the second one. I don't think so. Glimpse, no, okay, so yeah, Past in Flames from Exile. There we go. Pyretic Ritual. You just need to build enough Storm. You just finish. Yeah, just cast your Strike at Riches. And I think, so we see Strike at Rich, 15, 16. Oh, there's Grape Shot in the main? Okay. You don't have that for Wishboard? Are there 2? Let me check the deck list, actually. Oh, I guess it's not letting me look at the deck list. They only have 6 cards left in deck. Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go. I mean, that is lethal, though. 6 cards, though. Crazy. They flipped basically their entire deck, and they're still somehow not wanting to just win. Okay, 19. Yeah, they could have... My dude. I'm at 18. Just end me. This is on you. I mean, sure, we've got 30 minutes, but do you really want to be spending that doing this? I mean, they know I can just do the same thing if they don't. There we go. Huzzah, 25. I don't know why you thought that would just not end me. Cool. Now I'm on the play, and we get to bring in all the good stuff. Actually, yeah, so here's the funny thing, right? So if I bring in Orm's Chant, I don't want to have Defense Grid, because I think I'm going to be doing better. Prismatic Ending is great for... Okay, begin sideboarding. Cool. So I do want in all 3 Prismatic Endings. I get to make the choice, though. Orm's Chant or Defense Grid. Also, there's 1 Grape Shot. Yeah, 1 Grape Shot in the main, 1 Grape Shot in the sideboard. Okay. I have only 3 Past in Flames because I did do something. Thassa's Oracle is a thing to wish for if you go and deck out. Right. Let's talk about this. 18 lands. Gemstone Caverns. I am the starting player, so this can get cut. So this is one of my at least 3 cards which are coming on out. Rouse. I want to cut 1 because I don't want to draw redundant copies and not be able to work with it, unlike Ruby Medallion, which is not legendary, so I think 3 is the right number. I always feel like 3 is the right number when it comes to anything legendary. Artist Talent is another Ruby effect, so I'm cool with that. Valakut Awakening is a land. I'm not going to just completely ignore that. Galvanic Relay. Right. Okay. I know that I have 90 seconds basically to do this, but yeah. Glimpse the Impossible, I think, can come on out. Alright, that's those three. Now I get the choice. Worm's Chant or Defense Grid. I think I want Worm's Chants and not Defense Grids because my opponent's not on counter spells. They can only have their own Worm's Chant. And for Worm's Chant, I think I cut one more Glimpse and... Excuse me, thank you. So yeah, for these, I want to cut one more Glimpse, and I want to cut... Strike it Rich, I think. Yeah, probably Strike it Rich. Yes, I would like to play first. I can keep this hand. I have a Surveil. So yeah, I have 2 shots at hitting a land, and I'm good. Main phase, 6. Yeah, this is a turn 2 combo deck, and then I can go 0. Yeah, because if my opponent Worm Chants me, then that's kind of annoying, but hey. I want to grab an Elegant Parlor, please. And... okay. Put into the bin. It's not a land. That's not a mana source. I have to pass. Oh, that's frustrating. I mean, I know that I have now only 17 lands, but even still. Like, bro. It looks so good. Don't get me wrong. Like Pyretic Ritual, Desperate Ritual, Desperate Ritual. This hand is nuts when it hits a second land. It's getting to that second land. This is also why I believe Rite of Flame is banned in Modern or something like that. I actually don't remember if Rite of Flame is banned. I can check that later. Don't quote me on this. Yep, my opponent had a very similar hand. So you're going to make a Ruby here? Yeah, you're going to make a Ral. Honestly, I'd go Pyretic Ral and then go off. Okay. Sure. You have a Wish and a Foothills. This is turn 2, so you're guaranteed yeah, you've locked up your land for next turn. So, do you have a... Yep, you have another Impulse. Okay. Lost a flip. Okay, that's kind of what I'm hoping for. Another Impulse and a Ral. Okay. Well, this is it. Hope that my opponent bricks, I guess. God, this hurts. This, like, maybe I'm just bad at math kind of thing, but 16 lands left in the deck is a 1 in 3 draw. It's slightly under 1 in 3. So if anything, I'm out in expectation to hit a land now. That's assuming I'm not dead. So let's see what they exile. Missed. They also brought in Worm's Chant. Okay. You can Manamorphose. Yeah, that makes you 2 mana. Do you... I mean, yeah, if you think life total matters with Ral, then yeah, absolutely don't flip him. That Manamorphose was either, or was just drawn, it looks like. I would not flip. Okay. My opponent thinks that it's right to flip him. I think it's incorrect. Again, I've already explained this. I do believe that you need to keep him until you can 8 him. But if you're worried about your life total, sure. If you're worried about not flipping him, go ahead. But you have enough. You literally have enough spells right now. Okay, well, you have a second Ral. That costs you 2 mana. So you're playing Wish from hand. Okay. That cast until the end of this turn, cast until the end of this turn. Okay. So Reckless Impulse only. Unless these were, oh yeah, these were flipped last turn. You were next turn. Okay. Yep. I don't know why you didn't just cast Wish from outside. I'm getting another turn though. This is why you never scoop. If nothing else, yeah. Sure. Upkeep. Nothing. Well. Guess I can bin Wish. That's not a huge deal. My opponent is not running the hottest, and that's alright with me. Yeah, Ral melts. Ral deals 2 damage among 1 or 2 targets. Draw a card if you control blue permanent other than Ral. Yeah, that's never going to be used. It's just the -8. So my opponent's on 2 cards. If literally I can hit a land, please. Magic gods, please. I have a 1 in 3 chance now. I believe in the gamble. I do believe in the gamble. I did cut a Ral, so shame on me, I guess. I did cut a Strike it Rich, so that could have been an out here. I don't believe it's correct to bring in Wear Tears because that's kind of, yeah, defense grids and prismatic endings clear the rubies much more efficiently. Or actually, I guess they don't. Maybe I should have brought in Wear Tears over prismatic endings, but prismatic endings can also hit Rals. So, sure. I mean, not the worst. My opponent's able to go off next or turn after next. Okay. Oh, hallelujah. All right, mountain. No, wait. Hold on there. I need to hold my horses. There we go. Okay. If you win the flip, you may exile. Let's go heads. Nope. I'll take it. Here we go. Okay. Let's go heads. Okay. It's not the worst. I'm going to Reckless Impulse first. As if heads. Alright. Sure. Because if I hit a Desperate Ritual, I can splice heads. No. Actually, yeah. No, not yet. I don't want a Valakut, so I am going to Desperate now. Okay. Heads, you won. Yes. Oh, need to resolve my own spell. I hit stuff. Oh wait. I'm dumb. Oh wait, can be cast. Cast without paying mana cost. Yeah, duh. Cast without paying mana cost. Cast without paying mana cost. Cast without paying mana cost. Not yet. First of all, cast. Okay, so I've cast everything. Now I want to go then. Heretic Ritual. Heretic Ritual. Heretic Ritual. Manamorphose. White. Green. Prismatic Ending. Oh, choose Ral. 1, 2. Done. Ruby Medallion. Oh, wait. Why can't I cast this? Okay. Weird, but okay. No, I won't cast Manamorphose yet. I'll cast Ren's Resolve that leaves enough mana in the pool to be able to do this all again. Okay. Strike it rich. Make a treasure. Desperate Ritual. 4. Okay. Flashback and Grape Shot. Target my opponent. White. Okay. Same target. Okay. And 6. Blast. Whew. I honestly was concerned because I was like, why can I not cast a Ruby? But okay. Right, and as I just explained to myself as well, Orm's Chant as well, Strike It Rich, cut that. I will cut a Manamorphose then? That was weird. Like, I could cast it, supposedly, but I couldn't. And I don't think anything changes. Past in Flames is my way out. Wish, I obviously proved, works. I want to bring back in Gemstone Caverns because I'm on the play, and I can cut. I guess I bring in one more Ral, because I want to have Ruby effects. I'm on the play. So, what do I cut here? Artist Talent's a bit slow, and then I honestly don't know. I could just cut back the Strike It Rich that I added in, but I don't think that's right. Maybe I don't. Yeah, I don't cut Manamorphose. Maybe if anything, it's Glimpse the Impossible that goes. And then a Past in Flames? Maybe it's the main board Grape Shot. Like, I plan to wish for it. Maybe not. Maybe it's just a wish. Maybe it's a Prismatic Ending. Honestly, one Prismatic Ending to wish for actually is not dumb. That's so counterintuitive. But yeah. This hand. Can I play with it? No. Not technically. Like, I could. But yeah, I'm going to mulligan, please. Okay. This needs a Ruby, but I can keep it. I can put a... Honestly, I'm going to be needing to flip cards, so maybe it's a Ritual to the bottom. Maybe it's Wish. It's Wish, I think. Okay. And then I will exile this mountain, I think. No, it's this Arid Mesa. Okay. I'm starting a mana ahead, which is very important, because, yeah. Let's go 1-2. Ren's Resolve. Okay. And that's it for me. Next turn I can just start flipping cards naturally. I can go Pyretic into... Yeah, Pyretic, Reckless. See where that leads me, unless I draw a Ruby, which just becomes that much better. Because then, it goes Pyretic, or Pyretic, Ruby, Impulse, do stuff. Yeah. I mean, we saw each other at least go off in that regard. Okay, my opponent is Rubying. They hit the first Ruby. Which, fair enough on them. Maybe I didn't go heavy or hard enough into it, but I would have only had one floating mana. They can get themselves a second Ruby if they can't spend more mana. Not the worst. So let's see. Where are we at? So yeah, there is Ruby, 2 cards in hand, 50 cards in deck. We have 2 rituals down, which means there's technically only mana positive, or net 2s. Okay, so there's another Impulse, there's one more Ruby, and that's Ral. Okay. That's where I'd stop, honestly. It's, the Impulse was from hand. Yeah, I'd definitely just play Ral here. Just, yeah, there you go. So yeah. Because if you I don't think you need to play that Ruby out. You have a Sacred Foundry lined up, or Wood Foothills if you want to go thinning for marginal thin. You have 1-2 resolves, or Impulse draws down, which means you only have 6 left. Okay. Well, you remember what I was saying about hitting the first Ruby, and then if I drew a Ruby. So yeah, and off we go. So let's go Manamorphose. The fact though that, so I'm going to go white, red. I'm going to go Ren's Resolve, Ritual. Past in Flames. Yeah, Past in Flames works. Okay. Pyretic. Manamorphose. Red. White. Red. 12. Alright, so I have 8 mana. So that's 1. Okay, my opponent's just dead. That's whack. Okay. You know, here I was preparing for like a prismatic ending or something. My opponent's just dead. Just straight up dead. Alright, main board. Grape Shot coming in clutch. Yeah, Past in Flames. Grape Shot, target you. Okay. And same target. GG's, honestly. Woo! Alright, 2-1. I'm not upset about that. Holy crap, that was a good one, honestly. Like, that's not how I expected that to go at all. Alright. So I locked in my deck, and I think that is correct. I think it had... Yeah, there was 1 Past in Flames, 1 Glimpse, I think, in the main, that I was like... An extra Glimpse, and I think I brought in Relay. I think that's right. I think that's right. Yep. Just... Oh. That's not it. Yeah, just hit your lands and win the game, I guess. Oh, man. That was funny. Just like, wait. Just casting all my rituals, and I'm like, wait a minute, you're dead. Past in Flames is one heck of a card, man. One heck of a drug. I honestly did not expect that. Yeah, like, I'm sorry. What? Holy crap, man. Holy crap. Yeah, go, what was that? Ritual, yeah. Triple ritual, turn, double impulse draw, one Past in Flames. Technically double Manamorphose. And then just grape shot him out, man. Like, alright. Yeah, hitting that medallion and draw. Yeah, drawing that medallion was perfect. I don't think I can express how much that was needed. Yeah. So, yep. Thassa's Oracle is a backup with Wish if you ever need it. You Manamorphose for blue after emptying your deck with all the Resolve and Impulse draws, as well as possibly a Galvanic Relay, Ral, just flipping everything, and Glimpse the Impossibles. Yeah, I mean, I can't express how good that felt, just to be able to not only boot into a match so early, or so quickly, but also just bonk. Man. So yeah, what do I think about Ruby Storm? Would I play it? Probably not. It's just... It's a bit too much of gambling and also just solitaire play that... I don't know. I wouldn't play it in paper, at least. Online, maybe. Honestly, online, I'd probably play it, just because it's fast, it's fairly reliable, and it's arguably not the worst. But yeah, I did make a slight mistake of, at least with the Desperate Ritual off the Ral flip, to not just cast without paying its mana cost and then paying the 2 to splice onto it, because I would have made more mana on the second game, but hey, I won, that's what matters. And yeah, don't forget, guys, you know, at least half the games you play will be post-sideboard, so unless you get really slow play. So yeah, sideboarding is an important skill. It is not easy. Oh, there we are. We're right back again. Isn't this the same guy? Hold on. This I can try to keep it. I think that this is reasonable enough. If this is the same guy, which I think it is, because they're the only opponent online right now, then yep. Go into my own turn. Elegant Parlor. Honestly, I'm kind of looking for another ritual, so no. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind the impulse draw. It's just I'm trying to win all one turn, so. Yeah, it's not what we're here for. We're here to gamble. Plus, I have Past in Flames in the deck. We ball. It gets Pyretic Ritual into Ral, Reckless Impulse. Try to win. Yeah. Same opponent, but hey. I beat him once, I can beat him again, right? And this is just serious play draw problems. They have the ritual. Annoying, I guess, but not the end of the world, I don't think. Won the flip. Yeah, don't flip here. Yeah, don't flip your Ral. I am curious if that was a misclick by them just clicking quickly. I don't think it is now. Yeah. You can just take the damage opponent. Ren's Resolve. Okay. You have a mountain and a ruby in exile. Not the death of me. I mean, quite literally not the death of me. Is that burning off mana? No? Trying to cast something. Yeah, if it costs 2 opponent, then it works. If you're trying to cast Artist Talent, then yeah, you need an extra mana. Only instants and sorceries are discounted, unlike all spells with Ruby. Okay, I survived the turn. I could just take the turn to develop a Ral. That's honestly not the worst idea. I'm gonna go Wooded Foothills, Mountain, and I think I just go Ral here. And then I just pass. If my opponent has it, then my opponent has it. It's annoying, but it's not the worst. 3 cards in hand, you just drew the land. You're not playing the land from exile. I mean, bold choice. You're giving up information there. Especially since you're literally just... I mean, it is deck thinning. I'm not going to chide you on that, though, opponent. You don't have another... Well, you didn't just draw the land, I should say. You at least had land to play. You could have just drawn a ritual. Because you definitely didn't have one last turn. So, let's see. 1, 2, probably that's Ruby from... Yep. So I can just kind of tuck that away for now. And then let's see. What do I want to do here? So my opponent has a second Ral. Okay. They do have a Ral, which means I can't go into combat and just start chipping away at theirs. That's fine, though. Past in Flames. Curious. Okay, fetch. There you go, Mountain. Pyretic Ritual. Okay. Just gonna go heads. Okay. No. Impulse. Okay. Heads. Yep. No. Okay. Impulse. Okay. Heads. No. Could play a second Ral. That's kind of annoying that bricked like that. I already played land for turn, and I mean I can play Ral next turn. I could just Past in Flames trying to flip Ral, but I don't think that's right. I'll just develop the Artist Talent here. Yeah, I'll just move my game plan forward in that regard. And we can start staring at each other. Right, so next turn, Past in Flames costs 3. Pyretic Ritual costs 1. I make 3. At least I get I at least get 4 total flips before that matters. Okay. Right. Second Ruby Medallion, which means total of 4 cost reduction. That is actually pretty scary, though, for Past in Flames reasons. Elegant Parlor. Oh, thank goodness. My opponent does not have something massive. At least on the way. Or if they do, it's next turn. It's not happening this turn is what I was meaning. Okay. Yeah, we can stare at each other. That's kind of annoying, but not the worst. Okay, get out Last Mountain. And 1, 2, 3. Past in Flames. Oh yeah. I get to start looting. Aha. Discard. Draw Ren's Resolve. Okay. Heads. Okay. Nope. Yep. That resolves. Pyretic Ritual. Red. Ral at the bottom. Discard, then draw. Okay. Oh, there we go. There's a Manamorphose. Heads. Okay. Nope. Yep. And let's get my... Okay, cool. Thank you. Impulse. Stack my Ral underneath. Discard the Sunbaked Canyon. Draw a Ruby. Heads. Okay. Ouchies. Impulse through Strike It Rich. I'm gonna say, yeah, Ral underneath. Okay. Discard Ruby, I think. Heads. Okay. No, I don't want to flip yet. And then, so I have a second Ral here. So let's go Manamorphose because I need the mana. Ral underneath. Okay. Discard a card. Oh, Manamorphose. Cool. Heads. Okay. No. Not yet. Red, red. Red for 1. Okay. Discard an Impulse. Okay. Heads, win. Yes. So I have a second Ral out here. Okay. Hoi. Sweet. Yep, so we've seen this before. Worm's Chance in. 2 Prismatic Endings in. I guess 3 because I'm actually ahead of the curve. No. Yep. Bloom. And I cut. So Artist Talent did help there, fixing the hand, but overall I do think it's a bit slow. Especially when we're going to be going literally Crack Addict. Levels of Fast. 2 Glimpses out, and I cut a land previously. I don't think that's correct, especially since I'm not going to be on the plate. 1 Strike It Rich, I think, can stay. Past in Flames, questionable. I don't know. I really don't know at this point, man. I think it might be 1 Ral, as we saw. It is a bit rough if you do get that, but let's try that. Submit. Opponent's going to be going first. Yep, chooses to play first. And I have Impulses and Ritual, but I don't have... I do have a bit of selection, so if it's not a Ruby, it's not great, but I am on the play. I can mull to a Ruby. Could mull to a Ruby. Is that right, though? Probably. I mean, we saw that that game took a little bit, so maybe not. This is kind of a starting 5. or 6 because double Past in Flames, but I'm gonna mulligan here. I'm already kind of starting on 6 is the idea. Okay. This is pretty good. Okay, so keep this. I'm going to put Glimpse to the bottom. It costs too much. And then, yeah. I can go turn 1, strike it rich. If I don't hit a land, I at least guarantee myself Ruby. Lock that in. And if I do hit... Yeah, this also allows me to Orm's Chant, which is great. Yeah, because if not, then I guarantee myself Ruby Medallion turn 2, turn 3, I'm going off. Which is kind of where I was already, where it's like, hey, if I hit a Ruby with that other hand, now I guarantee myself the Ruby. That's the important thing, though. Okay, well, yeah. Let's ball. Let us try. Try if you must, red. Red. Ral. Red. Okay. Heads. Okay. Red. Ren's Resolve. Okay. Heads. Win. Not yet. I could fizzle here. But I don't. Never punished. Okay. Just, opponent believes me that I can just win. Sure. Yeah, same guy. Well, if I were to play one more week, or play one more game, and it's against him again, then, we'll see. Yeah, that was... There we go. Really just showing off Ruby Storm. I mean, going off turn 2... I even was possibly not going to hit that land drop, which means I would have been slowed by a whole turn, but hey. I'm fine with those odds. In fact, I was actually quite fine with... Wait, yeah, so I had 2 for Past in Flames. Yeah, I guaranteed win. Or... Yeah, no, I guaranteed win. Okay, we're good. I was like, do I win? Do I actually win? Yes. Because the idea was I already had 2 Impulses, 2 Rituals, or sorry, 2 Metamorphose. I had 1 Ritual, it was Pyretic. And then I had an Impulse and a Ren's Resolve. When you tack on Past in Flames, being able to do all that again. And you had 2 cost reducers. Tack on the fact that I can just flip 8 cards off Ral. Once I win a flip. Cool. Like, I could have gotten super unlucky and just whiffed on all the Ral flips. But... yeah, because the 2 cards that I cast that turn that weren't instant or sorceries were Ruby and Ral. Yeah. And I was already at Storm 6, so that would have been, just doing some math, 7, 8, or sorry, 7, 8, 9, 10... Yeah, that's enough to flip Ral, then I can just Impulse, Resolve, go off. Yaskal, send it. Because, yeah, I still had the Ruby left over, which was enough. And I still had... Oh, I had Strike It Rich in the Grave. Yeah, I could have guaranteed a Ral anyway. Actually, I guess this is better because, yeah, Strike It Rich only costs 1 mana. I mean, it was already costing 1 mana. But I can pay it for the first cost, not the second cost. Just the dumb things that happen. Honestly, if I pair into him... them again? Yeah, that is a bit sexist of me. If I pair into them again, then Yeah, issue with Moto, it costs money. Issue with Arena, it's not as much control in some regards, where you truly do get to tap your land. I mean, sure you can do it, it's just not as fluid. Yeah. And also, Arena, unlike Moto, can't handle a bunch of tokens, whereas Moto can. Moto can also handle the stack a bit better, because, well, let's just leave it as that. Goodness. Yeah, Moto is notorious for being, you know, slow, or like, oh, it's old. Yeah, but it still handles the stack better than Arena, and that's what I'm going to say is the biggest prop to it. Justine Jones, yeah. I don't think I can move it to sideboard mid. Yeah. Yeah, mid-league, I don't think I can move it to sideboard. Pretty sure, yeah. Oh, there we go. League details. I'm not used to that. Okay. Yep. Here we go. Alright, and as promised, yes, I'd like to go first, by the way. Let's try this. What? Let's ball. Let's see. If it's not a Ruby, I'm probably going to bin it. Yeah, put that in the grave, please. And that's that. I've already given up what I am, but hey, I'm not opposed to that, because you can know exactly what I am by one card. I have no idea what my opponent's on, because I also have no idea what the other, what is it, few decks are. It's like 4 decks, maybe? Alright, well, let's fetch down to 19. Grab ourselves a... Is it correct to play 4 of each fetch, or of each name that you want to play, or is it correct to do just play a mixture? Short answer, I don't think it really matters. So I could Pyretic, Glimpse, and I don't think that's right, so let me just Metamorphose. Yeah, let's just see. Red. Past in Flames. Well, suppose I can just bank something. Actually, I've got a Past in Flames. Let's go Pyretic, Glimpse. Yeah, I mean, not the worst. It's not the most mana efficient, arguably, but hey, I have 2 mana left over at the end of all this, so we're about to find on out. What can I cast? Waiting for opponent. What do you have? I don't think they put Force Negation in these decks, but maybe. Oh. I love how that's just a... Great. Dandy, even. Desperate Ritual. And... I guess I cast Wish with my remaining mana. I could play something. I'm not going to. I'm going to look at my sideboard and just say okay, whack submit, and that's that. Next turn I can Glimpse the Impossible again, and yeah. if I draw a land, I guess I can get Past in Flames prepared, but yeah. That was a whole lot to do nothing. That's 4 rituals down, technically 5. It's frustrating, but it's not the worst. Yeah, Eldrazi Prophet is on Eldrazi. So this is through the Breach Eldrazi? Okay. Or Green Ramp Eldrazi, as they'll call it, I think. Yeah, Ramp Eldrazi, probably. So I am a faster combo deck, which means my opponent winning fairly is... Let me just glimpse, see where that leads. 1, 2. Because if I hit a land on that, I can play that land, if I feel like it. If not, I can just bank the... These go to the grave once they're done, yeah? Put them into the graveyard. Okay, then no. And I'll just pass the turn. I get all those in the grave, and I have to figure out what I'm doing with my life. Which probably consists of trying to draw Ritual to get Past in Flames online. So I can Ritual out my entire grave. Actually, I guess Ruby would be better. Or I can Past in Flames next turn. Yep, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's actually not bad. That's not bad at all. Just thinks about it for a moment. Wait a minute. Yeah, I can just do that. I can do that. But yeah. Ba-dee-ba-dee-ba-dee. La-dee-da, la-dee-doo, ba-doo-ba. So yeah, if my opponent does not remove my Eldrazi or screw with my lands, I just kind of storm off next turn? To some extent. So Ritual, Ritual, Ritual. Ritual. Chrysalis does not matter. Literally does not matter. Resolve, Resolve. Okay. I actually don't know. What are you doing about it? Why are you making a green? Why are you floating a green? Wait, why are you floating a green? Okay. I mean, that tells me that they got another sprawl effect, or growth effect. Yeah, there we go. It's Wild Growth or Utopia Sprawl, and it's Utopia Sprawl. Cool. Reckless Impulse. I could Impulse before I Passed in Flames, but I don't think that's right. Sack, sack, sack. 1. Here we go. Okay. Let's go. Pyretic Ritual. 1, 2. Okay, I'm going to Manamorphose now. That seems dumb, but hey. It's important that I do this in this order for that reason. Because I want to draw with floating mana in case I hit a Ruby. Red. Red. Strike it rich. Okay. That just turns in pool mana to on board mana. Pyretic Ritual. Pyretic Ritual. Do I want Impulse? Nah, not yet. And I think now's when I Impulse. Or I guess Resolve in this case. Yeah. So I have enough mana that I can... Okay, so I can still keep going after this, so I can Impulse again. There's a Ruby Medallion. Okay, so I go 1, 2. Hui. This is genuinely... Yeah, so I will say, while it's not the most interesting deck, it is something. I want to Reckless Impulse, see what I flip. Even if nothing. Okay, it's Impulse again. Most of my rituals are gone, but I can still Ral. There we go. So that's that, I guess. So I guess next turn I passed in... Wait, no. Did I miss a land drop? I don't think so. Opponent started, right? No? I missed my land drop. What an idiot play. It's not like I needed it. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12. You can exile my Ruby. Okay. What are you exiling? Yeah, Ruby. Sure. I'm not happy about that, but it's not the worst thing. It's not a Ral that you can get rid of, so... Yep, crack on in. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah, Eldrazi Ramp is... It's honestly a favorable matchup if I can just get the hand to keep, or hand I can keep. Leave you my sideboard. So there's a Past in Flames. Prismatic Ending, doesn't matter. Thorkel Plim, Scrape Shot. Okay. So, Arid Mesa, fetch with Arid Mesa. Grab a mountain. Past in Flames. 3. Okay. Heads and no. And then I want to go, oh, I can Desperate Ritual. Right, okay, hold on. I was like, pop out Desperate Ritual. Okay. Heads, okay, no. Okay, here we go. Desperate Ritual. Okay. Heads, okay. No, not yet. Okay. Let's see, so I'm going to go down a mana if I strike it rich, but that does give me a flip. So we're going to Ren's Resolve. Okay. Heads, okay. 14, not the worst. And I can Impulse twice more? So it's Impulse, okay. Heads, okay. Not yet. Manamorphose. Okay, there we go. This should do it. Heads. Okay, it's fine. Yep, red and red. Alright. I have... So I guess I strike it rich. Cast with Flashback for 1. Okay, yeah, this works. Hold on. This is just a new flip. Okay. heads. Okay. Yes. Whew. This is a bit of a mind bender. It's more like solving a puzzle at the end of the day, but man, is it weird. Okay. -8. Valakut Awakening, and that cost me money. Cast without paying its mana cost. Okay. Reckless Impulse. Reckless Impulse. Ral. Oh, I see. Okay, yep. So one of these Rals into play. I should have been doing this a while ago. Whoopsie. Daisy. Cast without paying its mana cost. Okay. If I win the flip, cool. Heads, you win. Yes, I would like to use that effect. Choose one. This one. Okay. Let's go red and red. We can go Grape Shot. Target you. Okay. Same target. And then I can Manamorphose for 0. I can cast a Ral for 2. I can Wish for, yeah, Manamorphose for 0. And then, yeah. Or I can just, you know what? I'm just going to flip the Ral. I'm just going to flip the dang Ral, man. See what Ral turns up. Because if I can literally hit even one more burst of mana. Actually, I have the mana. I have the win. Manamorphose. Should technically have stunted off, but whatever. Red. Red. Ruby. -8. Strike at Ridge, cast without paying its mana cost. Desperate Ritual, cast without paying its mana cost. Desperate Ritual, cast without paying its mana cost. Ren's Resolve, flip 2. Ren's Resolve. Cast. Oh, I don't have Manamorphose. That's not a problem, though. I have Past in Flames. I have Past in Flames. Cast with Flashback. Cast that. And then I can go Desperate Ritual. Desperate Ritual. And where's Grape Shot? Grape Shot. Target you. Okay. And click through a bunch of this stuff. Turn 5. Alright. That's actually pretty solid win. And I only spent 8 minutes doing everything, which is absolutely insane to me. I could have also won with Thoracle, but I want to hide that information. Alrighty. Against Eldrazi. I can tear... I suppose wear tear is important. Beyond that, do I think that anything else matters? Like, Prismatic Ending can get rid of their stuff, but I don't think it at all changes my game plan. I can go down one RAL like before. Maybe it's Artist Talent. Artist Talent, yeah, maybe it is Artist Talent. Artist Talent. Also, I didn't realize that is a May, but hey, important. They saw my entire deck, so they know basically what I'm up to is just standard BS. Beyond that, what do I think goes? It could be a Strike at Rich, that is kind of the speed. I guess Past in Flames. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's Relay. Maybe it is Relay. No, it's a Glimpse. It's always Glimpse. If you don't know what to cut, it's Glimpse. That's what I've been going with. And it's worked out for me. I'll be right back. Well, a deck submission was made, and I made it back in time. So, yay. It's also interesting to see if I will even need Thoracle to win. We'll find on out. We will indeed find on out. Hopefully, if my opponent is still there. Yeah, because Wear Tear, beautiful card. Yeah, because I can cast it for one less. So it can be red, white, destroy target artifact, and enchantment. Which is arguably better disenchant. Now disenchant does cost specifically one white. So it's more generic to cast. Oh lordy. Yeah, this is a pretty good hand. Yeah, this hand's pretty good. So my opponent has to beat a turn 2 Ruby, looks like. Yeah, Devour. This is just playing Modern, like, okay. Devour, double Devourer trigger. Sure, buddy, go ahead, go for it. I'm here for you, bud. You go, girl. Yeah. Alright, what did you exile? Emrakul, Writhing Chrysalis, and Rumble, so you kept a land on top? Ugin's Labyrinth, Talisman, and Malevolent Rumble. That's telling me that you don't need ramp, or that you really needed a particular land. Eugene's Labyrinth. So I know that you have 2 Devourers in hand, and then 4 other cards, yeah. So this is definitely interesting to see how they go off. This costs 2. This makes 2? Yeah, this is basically Ancient Tomb, Soul Land. Yeah, Talisman. This is why I kept Wear Tear. Yeah, this is why we put in Wear Tear, by the way. And then we go. Pass. Because if I need to tear something, I can. If I need to just wear something, I can't. Until I get my Ruby. But, hey. That's kind of the whole point of the Ruby. If I hit a Ritual in my next turn, we're good. Yeah, currently there's nothing that can get enchanted. And even if you couldn't, or if it could get enchanted, it doesn't matter. Oh joy, hopefully I don't get freaking Myco spawned over here. Karn, the Great Creator. Well, I mean, I did technically show you treasures, but what else are you going to be doing? What are you going to be grabbing? Karn is making a wish. He is wishing for a talisman. Yep, the talisman that was in exile. I mean, that's a cool choice to make. I'm not going to fault my opponent on that one. Let me grab Elegant Parlor. Because I don't have any green that I need to worry about. So, white, though, always matters. Surveil. Ooh. Like, on one hand, I want to keep this Ral. On the other, I already have a Ruby. I'm going to put it into Grave. I'm trying to hit a ritual here. There's a wish. Huh. Right, so I could just go Medallion and hope to keep it around long enough for ritual next turn. Or I can ritual out the Ruby and impulse draw for next turn. I think I'm going to just go for the impulse draw. See what I can grab. Yep, we're just two ships passing in the night. You do your thing, I'm doing mine. We're over here, Weeball. And that is it. I can't do anything. Striker Ridge actually is actively bad to cast as I go down a mana because of Karn. That's funny. That's actually kind of funny. That said, I do have 4 total flips on my current setup. So, not the worst. There's that talisman. Even if I get Myco spawned, it's... Well, actually, I guess you can't Myco spawn. You can you're animating to go for beatdown? You really must have nothing then. Like... Wow. That or that's what they're wanting me to think, and either way, I'm like, I believe you've got nothing. I would totally believe that. Well, I got a lot of impulse draws, so we're about to flip. There's a foothills. Crack the foothills. Grab a mountain. Grab a mountain. Impulse. Impulse. Come on, man. Alright. I'm set up for next turn then. Assuming I'm not dead. Which, from the looks of it, I'm not. My opponent can't get rid of the Ruby because it's not colored. Ojuka Bog. Well, that's annoying. That's 4 flips and a ritual gone. I don't care about the Rowling lands. That's... I mean, that said, I literally have 2 more flips and double Manamorph or double rituals in face up. Not the worst. And if I do hit Grape Shot, I can kill off the Karn. I'm surprised there's no damping sphere in this. Like, I'm actually impressed. What are you casting over there? World Breaker? Selling Mycospawn. Okay, it is actually for 6 mana. I mean, mana is technically a gate in which you can fight this deck on, but I don't think it matters at this point. You need to get rid of the Ruby Medallion. Oh, I got Mycospawn for the first time in basic, or for the first time ever. So, neat. I did not play Legacy when this card was legal, and I'm glad I didn't, because that card got banned, and having seen gameplay, enough of it, yeah, terrible time. This card is not a fair card. You might think, oh, it costs 6 mana. That costs 3 mana. That costs 3 land drops, maybe. Maybe if you're lucky, a 4th. But Elvish Spirit Guide exists, so I don't know what you want, man. Like, Desperate Ritual. I am indeed desperate. I don't have another in hand, sadly. I'd love to splice it. This will make red, and we're off. Foothills. I'll crack the Foothills before I resolve. Or Impulse Draw, whatever you want to call it. Worst case scenario, I guess, is I have to wish for... Wish for what? Grape Shot, I guess? Yeah, I guess that is the, in quotes, worst case. Manamorphose, sure. Red. Red. Manamorphose. Red. And let's glimpse then, I guess. For 2. This is beautiful. Horribly broken. Beautiful stuff. So if I hit a second Ruby... That is a great question. Do I even play it? That's the last Manamorphose. There is the Wear Tear face up. Red. There's a Ral. There's a Ral. Alright. Flips for everything. Heads. Tails, you lost. Okay. I can... Oh, there's Pyretic. I was going to say, I can always just use Strike It Rich. Yeah. Holy smokes. And here we go. Oh. So let's cast for free. Wait, hold on. Escape. Cast without paying mana cost. I don't remember that being there. Cast without paying its mana cost. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Whoopsie daisy. Well, that got that out of the way, though. Medallion. Cast without paying mana cost. Holy smokes. We're about to win. Alright, desperate. Pyretic. Desperate. And wish. Grape Shot. Target you. Okay. And click through same targets 21 times. Woo! Turn 4. 12 mana still. Let's go! 10 play points for free. Thank you. Thank you. Limited Gauntlet. Yeet. Most recent. You'll see that sometime. But hey, that's that. I was able to do that all in one sitting, and that's actually the most surprising part about all this. All right. If we get, by we I mean I mean technically we, the online community, get anything for free. Keeper Pack Wars. I have no idea what this is. I don't even know what I have for play points. How many do I have? Commander Gauntlet, yep. Yeah. Not too bad. 3-0 with Ruby. Also, please do let me know if you guys would like me to tell you straight up, hey, I trophied, I 3-0'd, this is a, you know, high quality, actually good match, or was this kind of a run over? Like, let me know, please, because this does influence what I do, this influences what I say, and influences how I post. So, for anyone who actually cares to watch this video, and I appreciate anyone who does and has stayed this long, love you guys for it, let me know, and hopefully we can make some good from this. As always though, thank you guys, have a good one. I'm going to start trying to do signing outs like this, and then go from there. So yep, as always, thank you, have a good one, and goodbye.